And the problem that we seek to solve is, from the traditional data protection into more cyber wrestling. And our goal is really to help companies answer the one important question: Are they ready to recover? And the assumption we are making is, the breach is going to happen to any enterprise. And when that happens, are they ready to recover as soon as possible?
Welcome everyone to the new episode of Zinnov podcast, Business Resilience Series. I'm your host today. I'm Pari Natarajan, CEO of Zinnov. Today we are thrilled to be speaking to a good friend, Sarv Saravanan, Chief Customer Officer at Commvault. Sarv's goal is to provide exceptional customer experience to Commvault customers. Prior to joining Commvault, he was at Microsoft as well as Dell in building great global engineering and service delivery organizations. In the next 20 odd minutes, we'll be talking about what is changing in the world of customer success, especially in modern enterprise software companies, and how are customer success organizations creating value both to the organization as well as to their customers. Welcome, Sarv. Thanks for joining us in this podcast.
Thanks, Pari. Thanks for having me.
Tell us a little bit about Commvault 2.0. What are some of the pain areas Commvault is solving for your customers? And what are the role customer success is playing in helping your customers solve these issues?
Yeah, start with the evolution of Commvault. Commvault has been around for a very long time, over 25 years, and has been a well-known data protection, backup recovery, software platform company. Now, the last 5 years, the company has transformed into being modern cloud platform company. We have a very successful SaaS business going on, and our platform we think is the best platform for the hybrid enterprises. And the problem that we seek to solve is, from the traditional data protection into more cyber wrestling. Why we call cyber wrestling is, the world has been proven that no matter what amount of protection we do, the stack, the bad actors still find a way to get in. And our goal is really to help companies answer the very one important question: Are they ready to recover? And the assumption we are making is, the breach is going to happen to any enterprise. And when that happens, are they ready to recover as soon as possible?
And what is the need for a customer success organization this scenario?
So the customer success for us is, my role is beyond customer success. The charter given to me as I joined the company was simplify customer journey end to end, and deliver best-in-class customer experience. So that was a mandate given to me. And the way the starting point was really to looking at the customer journey itself and simplify it, remove the frictions, simplify the customer journey, bring more clarity into the roles that are performing at different stages of the customer journey, and streamline processes, and make sure customers have great experience every stage of the customer journey, and at the end of the and also make it friction-free for the customers. So that, so starting with that, and then of course,
obviously increasing the lifetime value of the customer is important part of that. Yeah.
Yes. So I look at my charter is really look at the end-to-end experience that the customers get from the time they look to purchase something.
So what is this customer value chain? You talked about customer journey. What are different aspects?
We simplified our customer journey into 6 phases. Awareness. Customers, how do we create awareness for customers around our value proposition and the offering that we have? The second is, how do we make sure the customers, as they look to shop, make sure that they understand our proposition better than anybody else, and giving them all the right relevant information for them to be able to make the right choice.
So the second step is considering your option.
And why we are a better choice than anybody else. The third thing is really about shop. How do we the shopping experience, whether it is traditional buy or through our SaaS and a product buying online, whatever the shopping method or process is, making sure that that is simplified, and then deploy, use, and love. Those are the 6 distinct phases that we have, and then we have well-defined set of activities that are streamlined and work together well. And people know the actors in different phases. They know exactly what they have to do to deliver great experience to our customers. So that's what our customer journey map is.
And different parts of the organization touches this, right? You have marketing, which comes in
Absolutely.
the vendor side. You have sales teams. Sometimes you have partners, you have resellers, and you get into support, your training staff, your implementation staff, and then you get into renewal. Like renewal, that's again another team, sales team. In some companies, another company, customer success. How do you bring all of them in they have different SLAs, each of them, and bring them together to see?
Yeah. So when everyone is very clear about the journey and their responsibility in the journey in each of the phases. Marketing is leading the awareness creation and then making sure that customers have the right information during the shopping phase, and our sales know exactly how to run the campaign during the shopping phase, and then the operations and sales working together during the buying phase, and from there on the customer success takes it, and the post-sales functions like professional services, and so they know exactly during the deploy phase everyone's role, and it all starts for us at the time when the customer chooses to buy what we call customer success plan. And customer is choosing our product, our platform for a reason, to achieve certain outcomes, and delivering that outcome at a given point in time is really the success plan, right? For customers, getting that outcome, the intended reasons for that investment, getting that outcome at a given time is really the success, right? And then getting it without much of a problem, making sure that the rollout happens, the deployment happens, the integration happens, the consumption starts happening. All of that is part of the success plan, and everyone in the post-sales functions know exactly their role in making that happen.
And how do you measure customer success? I mean, we hear about NPS is a big metric. Everyone starts measuring that. Is NPS the gold standard of customer success, customer experience, or other metrics you look at?
Our customer success process, while we have a functional customer success organization, customer success for us is beyond just that one function, right? The support, the professional services, all of them are part of our pre-sales. Everyone is part of making the customer success happen, right?
Yeah.
For us, success really means the rollout happens and customer is starting to consume and consume it fully to achieve the goals. And to us, as we deliver that, what experience customers have is measured through NPS, right?
Sure.
And it's not just NPS, but the customer is very successful in deploying and using our product and achieving the outcome that they have to grow with us. So for us, success also means, in addition to NPS, what about GRR? What about NRR? Our customer success process is measured by these 3 key metrics.
Got it.
Not just NPS.
So a customer continues to renew, they're buying more from us. Okay.
GRR is about, as other customers renewing, and you're not losing the churn. And is expansion happening with the same customer, new workloads, consumption growth, all of that, that's NRR. And both of us are important. The customer is successful, but using our product, and if you're successful with our customer, our GRR and NRR should look good as well. So our customer success measurement, in addition to NPS, includes GRR and NRR.
Okay, very interesting. And tell us a little bit of, I would call it war stories, where you're able to turn around a client relationship and create a meaningful impact, both for the company as well as for Commvault as well as for the client. I'm pretty sure customer success team always is handling escalation.
Yeah, so between customer success and customer support team, the majority of the big war stories that we deal with today are ransomware attacks. While it is sad it's happening, but it's happening nevertheless. And we are on call. They want to recover their infrastructure, data faster, applications faster, to get back on track to serve their customers. And it's a big pain. And recovering their Active Directory, recovering their VMs and databases, all of that today, in today's time, it is taking a lot of time and still not many of our customers have the right processes and also not so well tested, right? I mean, that's what they're dealing with. So our job is to really help them come back on track faster. And it happens in leading financial services institutions. It happens in leading healthcare and service delivery firms. Many of the firms are beginning to realize that they can no longer deal with it as okay, it's insurance we need to have, but not necessarily at the same level as we need to. But now they're waking up to, yes, we need to pay more attention to it, and also integrate it with security more tightly. And
so enablement as part of the customer success team is to not just but create awareness after they buy your solution on what they need to do on top of the solution to get ready for some of these aspects.
Yeah, that's a big growing role for our teams, the post-sales teams, not just customer success, professional services, including even pre-sales also. That's a value we sell, right? How do you achieve full cyber resilience? And there are 4 components, in our opinion, to achieve full resilience. Risk. How do you manage your risk? Have you profiled your environment, your data sources, your workloads appropriately? What about the access controls? That's risk. And then readiness. Is your process well tested? What about your incident response systems? What about your tabletop test processes? That's readiness. And recovery. Should something happens, so how do you detect anomalies? Forensics. To be able to identify the right recovery points of the crown jewels that you backed up. And then how do you spin up, and then also rebuild? How do you rebuild the infrastructure? So those R's are very important for you to achieve the bigger R, which is resilience, to the company.
And you are managing thousands of customers, right? And I'm pretty sure your team is, you can always have more people in your team. How are some of the newer modern digital technologies, AI and other technology playing a role?
Absolutely. And absolutely, we are deploying AI to help customers self-service themselves. And they have a problem with our platform or product, their environment. So AI, we have a AI assistant called Arlie, which is to not only is helping our own support engineers to respond faster to our customer incidents or any issues they have, but also customers themselves can use it to self-support as well as automate their management processes within their environment. And then also we have integrated that along with the Copilot, and we use Dynamics as the customer support platform. We have integrated that to automate the whole workflow and Gen AI, sort of thing, and respond back to customers faster, reducing that cycle time, integrating that with our knowledge base. We want customers to self-support themselves, also automate a lot of their administrative processes around this topic using our Arlie as well, and also code generate to integrate our platform with any other management platform that they have. So all of that API generation, all of that is done through our Arlie AI. We're investing a lot on automating the whole customer journey as well. We have a lot of telemetry coming from our products. We continue to invest in making sure that we get more, as much as possible, we get more telemetry to make sure that we understand where the customers are in their journey. And every persona in the customer journey, customer success team, our professional services, our pre-sales team, as well as customer support, know exactly where the customers are. And based on the telemetry we get, we also, based on the persona, there are insights-driven actions recommended to them as well to perform their job well, to make sure that customers have better experience with their product, monitoring where the consumption is growing, what is the likely experience of the customer, what are the blockers for customers to move forward, and then making sure that we give early visibility to the renewal team, hey, where the customers are in a few months in advance, at least a quarter in advance, what are the likely blockers for renewal, if you will.
Some level you are linking. One is you have telemetry coming from your product. You have the CRM data about customer renewal cycle, and you have data around field support query they're getting in and all of that. You're stitching all of this together. Got it. And then that provides that insights
to every role and also recommended actions based on the role as well.
So Sarv, you are new to this role, right? It's been a year. You took over 6 months. Okay, took on this. And what are some of the leadership traits you've discovered? Right? You have a toolkit of leadership skills. And what are those leadership skills now are coming out in the front as you play this role?
So I see myself as a two in a box of the CRO. Okay. These are the two large functions in front of the customer all the time. So therefore, complementing the CRO in terms of building relationship with our customers and partners. That is relationship and on partners as well. That's important. Okay. And the second thing is cross-functional, understanding. Okay. And the third is some bit of technology, directional savviness is also important. To me, and an interesting part of my job is I also have our product management on my leadership.
Interesting.
The reason is that what we want to do is to influence product roadmap to be more customer success centric.
I haven't seen many companies bring in product management into customer
Absolutely.
success.
The head of product management is on my leadership team as well, as much as he's part of our chief product officer. The reason is that we want to make sure that the key aspects of the customer experience, which is customer success-driven product management, product-led growth, and the experience part is built into the roadmap. So, and therefore, they have a seat at the table with me as part of figuring out how to deliver a better experience. How do we think about it as part of the roadmap as opposed to thinking about later?
Sure. And also, it looks like you have to influence different functions within the company. Like marketing is not part of customer success, sales is not, but some of it is part of it. Even in your team, you have customer support, professional services, your pre-sales organization, different skills. So you want to bring in all of this together. Yeah, absolutely. So, and the final question I had is, you play this role, customer success role from Asia. So what are some of the advantages of leading a customer success organization for a large enterprise software company with global customers from Asia?
The one what helped me was really about, since through the years of working at EMC, Dell EMC and Microsoft, having built cross-functional teams, I've seen different parts of the company with a bird's eye view. Right. The interdependence of different functions from engineering to services to support. I've seen it, and that helped me. And also now in our company, we do have large engineering presence in India, also service presence. And I'm given my role now, it's easy to influence my team to really come together to solve bigger problems for the customers, sharing my view of what's happening in the market with such a large resource base in one location, the cross-functional engineering and services resource base. It's helping solve problems faster.
Great. Thanks, sir. Thanks for sharing your insights around how to create a modern customer success organization and adding high level of impact to your customer, especially in some of these, I would call it event-driven, mission-critical scenarios and things like cybersecurity, resilience. I learned quite a bit. I'm pretty sure our audience have a lot to learn from this podcast as well.
Thanks, Pari. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for tuning into this episode. We will be back soon with another leader and another exciting topic. Stay safe and stay curious. Till next time. Thank you.
Thank you for listening to this episode of the Business Resilience Series. Stay tuned for more such interesting episodes. You can listen to our podcast on Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcast from. To know more about Zinnov, visit our website, www.zinnov.com, or drop us a note at info@zinnov.com. Follow us on Twitter @Zinnov for regular updates on our content. Thank you again for listening to the Business Resilience Series of the Zinnov Podcast.